Hello, hello, hello. Well, tonight is about one of the most rising stars in the Democratic Party, James Talarico. There's is one thing that destroys political parties faster than anything else is wishful thinking, convincing ourselves a candidate can win without actually testing whether they can survive the battlefield they're about to walk on, right? Texas is a political war zone for Democrats. And if we choose the wrong candidate, we choose the wrong nominee, the general election will be over even before it begins. So tonight, we're going to talk honestly about the growing excitement around James Talarico and the serious questions many Democrats are asking about whether he can actually win in Texas. We hope so. So let me be clear about Mr. James Talarico. I recall when he first started, him and Jasmine jumped into the race. I said, "There's no way. I don't think she's going to win." That was my first thought when she jumped into the race. Because he was sort of known, but he wasn't, he was the minister, he talked religion and all that good stuff, right? And I said to myself, I don't know whether Jasmine can win in Texas because you guys in Texas don't vote for Democrats. And they really can't stand her because she got a loud mouth, she talks, blah, 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 blah. So I did come out and say, when she first ran, I was like, I don't think she's going to win. But if I had to choose and vote for A, she has the most experience. She knows how to handle Washington. She's X, Y, and Z. So I said, I'm not in Texas, so I couldn't vote anyway, right? So let me be clear before we start. This is not about tearing down Talarico. It's about something that's much bigger than that. Texas is one of the hardest states in the country for Democrats to win, period. Statewide. I don't know about whether it would be easier or what, locally or whatever. I don't know. So Republicans have dominated statewide offices for decades there. So if Democrats want to change that, we have to do something uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. We have to ask the hard questions before the election, not after we lose. So right now, there's a lot of excitement around James Talarico. He's young, he's articulate, he connects faith and politics in some ways Democrats believe could reach voters we normally struggle to reach. So this is about the Democratic Party. But excitement alone is not enough to win Texas. I'm sorry, it's not. Tonight I want to walk through some of the concerns that I have, and maybe you have, privately, that I thought I'd mused about Talarico, especially voters, and this might resonate with some voters who want to put the party in the best possible light. So here we go. Okay, with James Talarico, right? The black vote. Let's start there in the black vote. The first concern is simple. This is simple. How much support does he actually have from the black voters? Black voters are the most loyal bloc in the Democratic Party. Election after election, black voters organize, we mobilize, we show up. But the question many people are asking is this: did Talarico actually build real relationships inside the black community? Did he visit the neighborhoods? Did he sit down with pastors? did he meet with local leaders? Or did the campaign assume the support of Black people would come automatically once he won the primary? Okay. Because one thing Black voters are tired of is this: candidates showing up only when they need our vote. So that was concern number one. No, we like smart people. We're not going to pick dumb people. We like people that are qualified. Concern number two, the coalition challenge. Texas elections are about coalition politics. To win statewide, a Democrat must hold together the Black vote, the Latino vote, urban vote, suburban moderates. But the political landscape is shifting. In several recent elections, Republicans have made gains with the Hispanic voters, the Latino voters across Texas. And my understanding is the majority of the Latino vote normally votes Republican in Texas. So how are we going to get that other portion of Hispanics, Latinos that are Republican to come over and maybe vote for Talarico? So I don't know how. Hopefully everybody is reaching out with the Black voters. Black voters need to be reached out to too. So this what it basically means is the Democratic coalition is not automatic anymore. So the question becomes, can Talarico actually hold this coalition together, the Black, Hispanic, and the white demographic, against the Republican machine that has dominated Texas for decades? Y'all have to understand, he might be a rising star. That don't mean jack. Because we thought, just for example, we thought we had the female vote against Donald Trump. We thought we had it. Boom. We didn't have it. We thought we had the Hispanic or Latino vote against Donald Trump because he was talking about that deportation shit. Fucked up. Didn't have it. What makes you think we're going to be able to keep, and what is he doing to keep the Hispanic vote that he got, the white vote that he got, the Black vote that he can get? What is he doing to reach out to get those voters? Okay, that's the question. These are questions that I have. I'm just putting it out there because there could be people who thinking like me. Texas is a red state. They're not playing. Donald Trump told one of the two, either Cornyn or the goofy guy, I forgot his name, Paxton, one of y'all got to drop out because then we really gonna go hard. They already put a hit piece out on Talarico either yesterday or today. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me pull that up. Let me pull this up right now. Hold on, y'all. Just hold on. Because I was like, whoa, where'd that come from? Because I didn't know what was going on with that. I was like, when the hell that come up? What's that about? Okay, right here. Y'all see the headline. James Talarico stands by defense of trans youth. Focus on the real problem. Okay, cool. You all know, and I know, a bunch of people turned away from the Democratic Party because we were talking about supporting trans, gay, all of that. Okay. A lot of them turned away because of this. Because they were like, y'all too woke for me. Y'all want to cut on kids and whatnot. Where did this article come from? And is he trying to combat that message so that we won't get hit over the head with voters coming out of the booth talking about, oh, well, he wanted the trans people, so we ain't finna vote for no Democrat. See, they're starting that shit right now. They're starting it again. Okay. I'm saying, are we trying to combat this message? Or are we trying to mitigate this right here? Because this is an article, it just hit me in the face. And I just found it. So what other stuff is out there that we need to be looking at? Okay. This is what I'm thinking. Okay. So I don't know. This is what I'm thinking. What's going on with this damn article? Because I just got hit with it. So, because even if one part of the coalition, the black, Hispanic, the white, even if one of those coalitions weaken, the math is still difficult for him to win. He can't step out of line in no way, shape, or form. Okay? Way, shape, or form. So that was concern number 2 that I had for Talarico. That was one of the concerns. Concern number 3 for Talarico. The Beto O'Rourke. Beto O'Rourke ran one of the most energetic, strategic campaigns in Texas history. He went to every one of the counties in Texas, 254. He went to 254 counties. He raised a whole bunch of money. He built national enthusiasm. He had a national name, and he still lost. What are we doing in order to combat that craziness right there? When that's a full-blown Democrat who spoke Spanish, who knew how to connect with the people, he still lost. Okay? He still lost. What exactly will Talarico do differently that Beto O'Rourke could not do to get these people over there? Okay? Because if we don't answer that question, Republicans will answer it for us in a general. Y'all know, as a Democrat, y'all know what the Republicans do. You know what they do. They're going to define him as he like trans. I can see it in the comments right now. Oh, he like the trans. He want to cut on the kid. He want to do all this to kids. We don't want blah, blah, blah. What is he doing to combat? What is he going to do differently that Beto O'Rourke didn't do? And Beto O'Rourke didn't have nothing to do with no trans or gay or whatever. He was just a plain old ordinary white boy. Okay, but he managed to get the black vote. He managed to get some white vote. He still couldn't get over that hump. Okay. Concern number 4 that I got. Number 4. Political toughness. Another issue. What? I'm going to stand in line 2 hours there. Yes, yeah, you black folks, you black community, yes, you do. Because what's happening right now is what we don't want. So don't stand in line. Don't stand in no 2-hour line. Go early. Everybody vote early. I mean, vote early. The minute the day it open up, you be done with voting ahead of time. Vote early. Everybody vote early. Okay. No, blacks don't love Trump. Stop that bullshit. We already know what the numbers are. Stop the bullshit. So another issue I had is Talarico's leadership style. Republicans in Texas play extremely hard political ball over there. Their campaigns are aggressive, name calling, gaslighting. Their messaging is relentless. Everybody on the same page. Everybody say the same thing. Everybody believe the same thing. What the hell are you Texas people doing to combat those messages and all of y'all on the same page? Okay. If you notice the other day, and every last one of them Republicans was saying short-term gain, long-term pain, or something like that. Long-term pain, short-term gain. All of them was saying that one thing. They was all on the same page. I'm talking about us Democrats getting on the same damn page. Not none of this bullshit, not none of this progressive, not none of this extreme left. Shut your ass up, fall in line. Because we trying to flip this state. And we going to push this boy to do what we want him to do. Okay? That's what we're going to do. I'm not concerned about the black and white thing. It ain't no black and white. It ain't no catching on to the Democratic bullshit. No such thing as catching on to the bullshit. Okay. So their campaign is going to be very aggressive. Talarico presents himself as thoughtful, calm, and faith-driven. That may appeal to some voters, but many Democrats got to be asking, is his style tough enough for the political battlefield that Texas has become and what they're going to put on his ass? Because this right here, this article right here tell me they not going to play with him. They telling me they're not going to play with him. Okay. They already done pulled out, and I guarantee you it's going to be a relentless barrage of he like trans girls, or he like trans kids, or he want to cut on kids. It's going to be a barrage of that. And he got to have an appropriate response. Okay. We need a fighter. We don't need somebody, oh, well, I like gay and I like trans and please be nice. And the Lord said, do that. No, hell no. Hell no. That was my objection to him from the beginning. We need a fighter. He reminds me of fucking Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. Okay. That's what the fuck it reminds me of. Okay. So, is his style tough enough for the political battlefield that Texas is going to bring to him? Because will he fight when the going gets tough? That's the thing. Will he be backed in the corner and look like a deer in headlights when somebody confronts him about wanting baby kids to get cut on? You gotta answer for that. Let's hope you got an answer for that. Concern number 5. Religion and his hard decisions. Religion. Okay. Talarico often talk about faith and Christianity, right? That may help him connect with religious voters who normally distrust Democrats. God only knows why. But it also raises another question. When difficult political decisions come about, the compromises, the conflicts, the pressure, will the religious framing make those decisions harder for him to make? Politics is full of very, very difficult choices and shitty choices at that. And we want to know whether a candidate can navigate those moments with the strength and the clarity and the straightforwardness that we got out of Jasmine. No, we're not going for that. We're not going to let you call me X, Y, and Z. We're not going to let you call me a baby killer. We're not going to let you call me an illegal alien, murderer, thief, and all that. You're not going to call me that. We need a fighter. Not just somebody who can speak religion. I'm not religious, so that don't sway me. I need you to fight for the things that we want to fight for. Okay. Oh, don't you start that with me, salty spotted dog. I swear to God, I'm going to be mad if it's true. I'm going to be mad if it's true. If somebody want to say something to me, put it in the super chat. Y'all don't never send me super chats. I swear to God, I must be the only person on the internet don't never get no super chats. And I be putting out business every day. Concern number 6. Establishment politics. There's also a broader concern that I have about the direction of the Democratic Party. Across the country, a lot of voters say they're tired of the traditional Democratic leadership model associated with people like Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. Careful, polished, institutionalized. Some voters worry that Talarico is another version of that. Is he just going to toe the party line, or is he going to buck some of the system sometime? Is he going to introduce bills that it may be hard for the establishment, but it's a good idea for the rest of us? Okay. he may seem like the same version as Hakeem and Schumer, a younger face, but the same political style. And voters and people, I'm asking whether he represents real change or simply the next generation or the same model, because he's a white male Christian and we've been voting white male Christians in forever. So what's going to be different about him? These are questions that I have. These are concerns I have. Maybe other people got the concerns. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Okay. Same political style. Nobody wanted Jasmine. Everybody wanted Jasmine to sit down, be quiet, don't say nothing. You talking disrespectful. You da. Okay. But is he going to get along? Because I hear him saying, I'm going to reach across the aisle. Fuck that. Republicans don't reach across the aisle to us. Why the hell would we reach across the aisle for them? I need you to get things done. Stop worrying about what the fuck they want to do. I need you to get things done. Okay? We ain't trying to just put a mediocre white guy in the seat. We ain't trying to do that unless we just want to put him in the seat and not worry about what he do. I mean, we could do that. We could just get him in the seat and he just be a good voting. He can just be a good vote. Okay. We could do that. If that's what y'all doing, if that's what we doing in the Democratic Party, y'all just let us know. We just need a body in there. We need somebody to give us 51, 52. Just say it. Okay. Next concern that I have, this internal division between between Democrats. Okay, internal division between us all. Okay. Hey, Fence, 1684. Why your goofy ass keep coming at me and I ain't even talking to you? Put that shit in the super chat. That'd be amazing. Put that shit in the super chat. But that's crazy as hell. You sound goofy as hell. Internal division in the party. Okay. But this is something we got to confront honestly. Honestly. During this race, some progressive voices inside the party spent a lot of time attacking Jasmine Crockett and dismissing the voters who supported her. That created real frustration on the part of Democratic coalition. I'm going to take this out of the page from a person I was listening to last night. We don't vote Republican because you have no pathway for us to be independent and equal and put on the same playing field as everybody else. The Republicans don't offer Black people a pathway to being where we want to go. You Republicans don't offer us a pathway to go the way we want to go. Democratic Party has always been a vehicle for progress for us. The Democratic Party has always been a vehicle for progress for us. That's why we vote mostly Democrats. Okay? Democratic Party ain't left nobody. Don't come over here with the bullshit. Okay? I am a full-fledged liberal Democrat. You ain't swaying me because look what your party has done to our country today. Look what your party has done. Crashed the economy, tax cuts for the rich, got us into war. Why the fuck would I want to deal with a Republican? Why would I want to be in a Republican Party when that's all y'all do is those three things? You never do anything for the middle class people. You never do anything for the middle class people. Why the hell would we come over there? Why would the Black people come over? Y'all don't want Black people in y'all party. Y'all have made that very perfectly clear. You don't want Black people in your party. You don't want to call out your racist people. You don't want to put in policies that deal with Black folk. Ain't nobody stood up to Donald Trump when he tried to get rid of DEI. Ain't nobody stood up to Donald Trump when he wanted to get rid of nationalization. What is it? Amendment 1413 and all that. No. The Republican Party is not for Black people, period. And you're only over there because you're goofy and you don't understand the fucking policy. Democrats have always been the vehicle to get black people where they needed to be or where they wanted to be. So shut your ass up. We ain't talking to y'all. So they spend a lot of time dismissing Jasmine Crockett and her voters. That created a real frustration in parts of the Democratic Party. Right now, those who supported Jasmine are feeling real fucked up and hurt. James Talarico better figure out how to reach out to those voters, how to win those voters over, how to galvanize those people. And when voters feel dismissed and disrespected, dangerous shit start happening. They don't vote. They stay home. Okay? And James Talarico cannot afford for black folks to stay home. If James Talarico don't start reaching out to the black vote, it's over for him in Texas. Okay? And there was many voters who didn't participate in this damn race. He got an opportunity to get some of them black people. Okay? Those voters still need to be won over. Those voters still need to be put into the Democratic camp. And if Democrats want to win Texas, this internal fight, this internal shit, y'all better fucking stop it right now. Because the whole point is we're trying to win the nomination. We're trying to win this seat. Okay? Mike, you want Miked, M-I-K-E-D 7969. You want me to drop the link so you can come up here and call me a clown to my face? Because if you want to call me a clown to my face, here's the link, bitch ass motherfucker. Here we go. I'm gonna drop the link for your motherfucking ass. Bring your motherfucking ass up here and talk shit. This is what I want to see. I want to see you bring your motherfucking ass up here and talk shit. This is what I want to see. I want to see you come up here so I can cook your ass, so I can put your ass in some fucking grease. Otherwise, shut your ass up in the chat. This is a Democratic meeting. If you ain't a Democrat and you ain't got nothing good to say, shut your ass up. And that link is for him. Don't nobody else come the fuck up here. He the one talking that shit. So, this is the internal stuff that we have in division in this country, division in this party. Liberals, progressives, extreme left, all of that. Sure I am. So here's the thing. We need to unite as a group and figure out how we're going to get this coalition together. Okay? We have to figure this out. Okay? We already are on track. We are already on track to win the House. And maybe if we win this Senate seat in Texas, we gonna win the Senate. We already gonna get the House. Because the House is lost. That's already lost to the goofy Republicans. Already lost. So we're on track trying to win the Senate. So we need to figure out how we gonna make sure we keep the people that we got, win against the two goofy Republicans, either Cornyn or Paxton. Because if Paxton is the winner, we just gonna bombard him with the ethics shit. But then again, I keep forgetting the Republicans don't give a shit about ethics because they don't give a shit about Trump. They like pedophiles, they like people, rapists, they like all them kind of people. So I keep forgetting that don't make no difference. But the ones that might be might hate going over there might come over to our coalition. So we gotta be open for these people to come over here. Okay. Right now, stop the shit. Going back and forth. Democrats, stop doing that. We are united against a specific foe. We need to be united in coming over. We get it. We get it. We get it. You women didn't like us voting or other people voting for somebody other than Jasmine Crockett. I get all that. We already have challenges. We already have challenges. We don't know whether we're going to keep. See, as I said at the beginning, you white women, y'all fucked us over for this Donald Trump the first time. And this time, you fucked us over. Because we should have won that election. We should have made sure that Donald Trump was out of there. Okay? So my concern, what my real concern is some of y'all going to go over there and vote for Republican and then fuck us over again. That's my real concern. Because I know if us black people come out, we going to vote for Talarico because that's what we do. But I'm afraid some of y'all going to pull that okie doke on us again, and most of y'all going to run y'all's ass over there and vote for that Republican because it's safe. We ain't sure about Talarico. We don't know. He like trans. He want to cut on kids. See, this is the shit. That's what I'm saying. We need to be united in this, and we need to stick the way we're going to stick. Okay? We need to stick the way we're going to stick. Okay? And he needs to get all of the things that are negatives out before that this primary, whatever the hell, this runoff. We need to get all of that negative stuff out. Okay? And I'm more than willing to help in any way, shape, or form for the Talarico crowd. Jasmine would have been a good candidate. She would have been a good candidate too. We would have been right behind her, and we would have did what we needed to do to help support her. But now, I always had a feeling that she could not win simply because it was just too much headache. But then we also got to remember, it was the Democrats who ran those polling booths and all of that stuff on election night. It was Democrats who were in charge of all of that. We got to remember, maybe the establishment didn't want Jasmine to be the nominee too. We have to remember that there's forces against us. In every way, shape, or form, there are forces against us. So we need to rally the troops. Talarico needs to start reaching out to the black vote, to the Hispanic vote more. He needs to go to 1 or 2, 3 churches. He needs to go to some of these town halls. He needs to go to some of these all black districts. He needs to start speaking more and more about what we need to do. You know, that just because you're a Democrat, run and bust. We don't really just mean that. You got to actually earn the vote. You got to earn the vote. Okay. You just can't do what you want to do and think the blacks are going to be there. Because that's not always the case. Okay. Because we can just not vote. They can just not vote. Okay. And if they just not vote, you definitely ain't going to win. So you need all of these coalitions, black, Hispanic, whatever. And the black coalition, stop attacking the Hispanic coalition. Stop attacking the Hispanic coalition. They gonna vote what's in their best interest. If they vote their best interest, best interest was Talarico. That was their best interest. Okay, it is what it is. Our best interest for now is Talarico. This is where we need to go. Okay. We know who we want to vote for. Okay. So now it's all a matter of whether we're going to stand up and fight against this goofy machinery that we got as leadership. Okay. We have a strong position to win the House, which is probably what we're going to do. Okay. Hispanic people don't like you. I don't like Hispanic people. I don't like white people. I don't like black people. I don't like none of you motherfuckers. What is your point? Just dumb. You don't know whose channel you on, do you? Shut your ass up. I don't care what you say. This ain't about me. This is about us winning and taking the White House back from the goofy that's in the White House and all the other bullshit motherfuckers that work with him. This is what this is about. It ain't about me. Y'all be dumb. You be in my comments like, that's going to hurt me. Are you kidding me? Shut up. So that's the last of what I want to say about Talarico and what's going on. Hold on. Let me take this off. And I had to play something. Let me play this one thing. Let me play a couple things. Hold on. I have to put this. I was like, I can't believe the shit that's going on. Hold on. That people were saying. So let's see. Y'all, give me a minute. Here we go.
Talarico, the new Senate candidate for the Democratic Party as of last night, has a real chance of winning young men back in his election in the fall. And this is a big deal because men, and especially young men, have been moving right in the past few elections, and is one of the reasons Donald Trump was able to win his race in 2024. So how does Talarico have a chance of doing this? Well, the first is his message, which is all about the system. He says that the system is corrupt, it only works for the rich, and his job going in there is to make the system work for regular people. And that's important because young men do not trust the system. 37% of young men do not trust Democrats or Republicans, according to a recent poll. And only 19% trust the federal government to do the right thing for them. So that message of breaking the system, making it work for you is something that a lot of dudes are going to really relate to. And Talarico actually talks about, quote unquote, flipping the tables, which is a biblical reference to Jesus going into a temple where all these guys were trying to sell shit and saying, no, this is not the place for that. And that brings us to the second thing that Talarico really does well, which is talk through the language of biblical Christianity. He is a Presbyterian seminarian and knows the Bible really well. And this is important because men born after 2000 are much more likely to go to church, much more likely to read the Bible, and much more likely to say they are, quote unquote, committed to Jesus than older guys. So a guy who can speak that language has a real chance of getting through to them, and in a good way, because he actually talks about the Jesus part of the Bible, about loving yourself.
What the hell?
Loving your neighbor, taking care of each other, instead of some of this other crap where it's just kill gay people. The third reason that Talarico's got a real shot at winning is he's not afraid to go to the places that men go. And by that, basically, is he was able to go on Joe Rogan a few months ago and do well. Now, some other folks have refused to go on Rogan, but that's a problem because Joe Rogan gets more young men viewers than the next 9 podcasts measured below him combined. So if Talarico can go into those places to where guys are at, speak to them in places where they're listening in language they can understand, he's got a real shot of getting them to vote for him. Now, the bigger lesson here is these are things that all Democrats can do. You look at Sherrill and Spangenberger, the governors of New Jersey and Virginia. They were able to win young men by talking about things like housing. And Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, was able to win men in her last election by talking about job training in the trades, which is something that people care about. So all we have to do, guys, is talk to guys where they're at and language they can understand about stuff they care for. We can win them back. Hope Talarico can as well.
All right. Let me play another one. Y'all hold on. Hold on. Un momento. Because these are important.
After the primary elections in Texas, the Republican race went to a runoff, but I think they announced Talarico has won the Democratic primary, which I'm pretty happy with. I'm not gonna lie. I mentioned in my last video that I think the best thing for the Democrats in this race would be for Talarico to win. I think he has the best chance against either of the Republican candidates. I think he has an even better chance against Paxton, who, if Trump gives his endorsement, he's probably going to win. And so, shout out Talarico. I do want to talk about Jasmine Crockett, though, because I really do like her as a congresswoman. It's a shame she lost the race, and she's also not able to run for re-election in her current race. And so the guy that won the primary in her district, he seems like a good guy. He acknowledged the apartheid in Israel, which is like bare minimum, but for our politicians it's not. But I do want to say that the worst thing Jasmine Crockett could do is turn away black voters from Talarico's campaign. I really hope that she takes this loss in stride. I hope that she puts her full backing behind Talarico and does not try to be bitter about it, because a lot of the times, I think even during her campaign, she was attacking Talarico in ways that he wasn't attacking her, and it really did kind of estrange some voters. I know it definitely estranged me, even though I like her as a congresswoman, but I know that she has a really strong black supporter base. I really hope that she doesn't estrange them from voting for Talarico, because I do think that turnout is what could change the outcome of this upcoming election. And if she's able to get that base of supporters to support Talarico, I really do think there's a real deal chance that the Texas Senate seat, one of them could flip blue. I really do think so. And I would, like she gives a fuck about what I think, but I really would encourage her to run for the Senate when Ted Cruz is up for re-election, because I think the kind of candidate she is would go a lot better in that race. It is really unfortunate that she had to go against Talarico, because I'm not gonna lie, that guy's an upcoming superstar in the Democratic Party. He's got all the qualities, he's got all the tangibles. But yeah, like I'm saying, I really do hope that she doesn't estrange black voters from Talarico's campaign, because he has something really special going. And I think that could really change the outcome of this general election, this midterm.
Y'all look on the screen. Y'all see the dumb shit that's on the screen? Do y'all see the dumb shit that's on the screen? Read the dumb shit that we got to deal with. These backward ass Hispanic folks. Cause some of y'all backward as hell. See, let me explain something. I put a video out to the Hispanic people, right? And I said Hispanics are really upset about this immigration thing. And do you know retards like this, retards like West Cruz 3878 got in my comment section of the video and said, "Oh no, we love Trump. We want Trump to deport our people. We love it when he deport our people." I see you self-hating bitch. This is what we got to deal with the new generation. I don't know whether it's the new generation. I don't know whether he bumped his head. I don't know whether he retarded. I don't know what it is. But this is the shit we got to deal with right here. Just dumb for no fucking reason. In the comment section, just talking stupid. And he probably, what does he do? Dig ditches or some shit like that? Or beaner? I don't know what you do. Believe me, I'm not politically correct. So you need to watch your step when you come into fucking my chat. That's some dumb shit. No, I don't have EBT card. I make too much money for EBT card. Dummy. Jesus. Man, y'all need to grow up. A lot of y'all. Hold on. Here's another video. And this is our last one right here. Okay. I just want you to read. I hear this right here. This is my last one. Yeah.
Full-blown
your mother, Mark.
To Jasmine Crockett and James Talarico. This video is called "White People Keep on White Peopling," and your comment is going to be cut off where I reply to it. And I think it's important for people to understand everything that you said, so I'm going to read it to you. Watch DDAW 1960's video about this issue and the fact that a lot of black people say they won't vote since Jasmine didn't win. That's why Democrats keep losing the big contests, because the in-party fighting between two factions of centrists and progressives is going to make us continue to lose over and over again. Radical divisions within a specific party, regardless of which side it's on, is what makes people sit out elections.
Right.
We can't afford to do that. I think both candidates are highly qualified, but at this point we have to mobilize behind the candidate who won the primary and stop all the pearl clutching. Once we get control of the Congress again and the Senate, then we can make the changes that need to be made. but all the infighting gets us absolutely nowhere. I thought this comment was a good representation of the kind of comments that I'm getting on this video series. The first thing we're going to discuss about this comment is mansplaining, because this is what it looks like. The amount of dismissiveness that is packed into that comment is exactly why all white people are the problem until we all decolonize our thinking. Until we do the work, we are not safe. We are not safe and we are not trustworthy. Second point, in none of these videos have I ever once raised the issue of infighting or people sitting out elections. You, a white man, are placing on me, a white woman, the responsibility of telling black voters to simply get over an election. Do you not understand how this is history repeating itself? Especially when all anyone has to do is scroll through these comments to see white people openly admitting that race played a role and then asking everyone else to just move on.
Like the goofy goofies in my chat. Like the goofy goofies in my chat.
This is literally an example of what erasure is, because you suggest to everyone that they should go watch yet another white woman's video who feels justified in preaching to black people about getting over racism. So here's where we are. We are just getting started. We've had white-splaining, we've had erasure, but let's keep going. And then you really did say stop the pearl clutching? Pearl clutching? Are you actually trying to reduce this conversation about racism to pearl clutching? Your inability to bring respect to a conversation about a sitting member of Congress, a qualified, experienced, proven black woman, shows exactly how normalized this dismissal is. Jasmine Crockett has demonstrated that she is capable, passionate, and prepared to do her job unapologetically. And yet here we are watching white commenters reduce the conversation about racism to pearl clutching. So now.
No, they're reducing it to she's stupid. She's stupid. I'm far from stupid. Please don't get into my comment section talking stupid. That's stupid to me. When you come without an argument, you come with an argument and the first thing out of your mouth is you're stupid or you're dumb or you're a stupid broad, like Mark Petto just said. This is what I don't like. You don't have an argument, don't come in my chat section, because that's not an argument. That's a lowbrow person who doesn't know how to have a decent conversation. But that's neither here nor there. Yes, every time you turn around, you want to call this black woman stupid. This black woman is not stupid. You don't like what she says, and I say it again. You people, black men, white women, Hispanic men, you don't like it when you see a black woman speak to any man or woman unapologetically. You don't like to see a black woman talk like she's talking to Donald Trump because you think she's inferior. Stop it. Every time she opened her mouth, people called her stupid. She is far from stupid, and she has more on the ball than most people in this chat and most people in the political arena. So stop saying she's stupid or she's dumb or she's lowbrow. That doesn't prove anything. It just proves that you're stupid, that you can't have a conversation with an intelligent black woman without calling her a name. And I'm not going to stand for it. Not in my chat. But let me close by saying this. Every political party faces the same challenge when choosing candidates. Do we choose the person we like the most? We can't do that. Or the person most capable of winning. We have to do that. Texas requires a coalition of black, white, and brown people. It just does. See, I don't even have to listen to you, West Cruz. You're lowbrow and you're trash. Get out of my chat. Texas requires a coalition that includes black voters, Latino voters, urban voters, suburban voters, independents. We need all of these people. All hands on deck. This is what we call all hands on deck. Because if we flip Texas, that is going to be a chain reaction. And then we're going to see hope in the people. We're going to see hope in the people. Okay? And we need hope in this country. I don't know about nobody else, but this last year and a half, it's been fucking depressing. Wars, stuff getting canceled, DEI, Hispanics getting dragged in the street, detention. I don't know about nobody else, but this year and a half has been shitty. Okay? And I want to do what needs to be done for this shit to stop. So if even one part of this coalition feels ignored, disrespected, the entire campaign is going to fail. We cannot do that. Anybody know James Talarico? You need to tell his campaign, you need to start reaching out to the Hispanics that didn't show up, and the blacks that didn't show up, and the blacks that did show up and feel disrespected. Okay? That's why these conversations matter, because the goal is simply not nominating a candidate. We need to nominate somebody that's going to win. And if people feel like they're disrespected, people feel like they're not represented, they're not going to show up for him. We got a real chance to flip this, and we got to get that damn Cruz out of there. We got to get that damn Cruz out of there. I don't know when he up for re-election, but we got to get him out of there, and we got to use it with this coalition. We got to do it with this coalition. Okay? The goal is building a coalition strong enough to defeat the Republicans in a state they have dominated for decades. So the real question we have for Democrats is this: are we choosing a candidate we want, or are we going to choose a candidate so we can actually win? Okay, that's the conversation we need to have, and everybody need to put your hurt feelings to the side. I get it, ladies. I get it, 92%. I was a part of the 92%. I get it. 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 And I am one of those ones that say, if all things got to be equal, our candidate has got to be the best. All the candidates in this race are equal. White, male, mediocre white men, regular, ordinary white men. All things being equal, we have to come out on top. We just do. We got to come out on top. This is our time. This is our time to do something for all of us. And I get it. I said I'm part of the 92%. I am. And I was a little hurt when Jasmine lost, because I knew she was going to lose, but I didn't want to lose. I was hoping, but she didn't. So now I say, okay, Talarico didn't make her lose. It was other things that made her lose. So now we have to deal with helping Talarico win, because we need to get rid of the people that are in Congress right now. Okay. So I need do what for the Democrats has always been the vehicle to move us in a progressive direction. The Democrats have always been the vehicle that moves us in a progressive direction. Always. Through civil rights, all of those things. The Democrats have moved us in the correct direction, in the progressive direction that we have wanted to go. Okay? And her incompetence may have made her lose. Her incompetence may have made her lose. She didn't reach out to Hispanics. She said the wrong thing about Hispanics. I don't care about Jasmine Crockett now. She is in my rearview mirror. I am focused on Talarico and them not destroying our candidate. Talarico is the candidate now. Yes. Yes. We wished Jasmine would have won, but she didn't. And she almost did. Here's the thing what people don't really know. She almost did win. Okay? Hold on. Wait a minute. I meant to play this. I'm sorry. One more video and then I'll be done. One more and then I'll be done. Because this explained everything. Hold on. This right here explained it. And I was listening to it and I was like, really? This is what happened? So hold on. Here. Just one more. I forgot all about this guy who explained why Jasmine lost. Is this it right here? I think this is it. Hold on, y'all. I think this is it. Yeah.
Good African American reports. As many of you already know, James Talarico defeated Jasmine Crockett in the Democratic primary in Texas. And he did this because of the white vote, and he was able to get a majority Latino vote and actually get Latinos out to vote. Now, many people are thinking this is going to bode well for the general election, and they're not realizing that a primary and a general election are two different things. James Talarico did not do well at all with the black vote. Some of that was about his comments directed toward Colin Allred, in which he called him mediocre. And also, James Talarico, much like Bernie Sanders, does not address black issues directly. And he's going to need black voters to win the general election. He needs to reach out now. And I'm telling you, black voters in Texas are pissed. Jasmine Crockett put out a statement asking her supporters to support Talarico in the general election, and many came out and flat out said no. So James Talarico has a lot of work to do to reach out to those black voters and let them know that he cares about their issues, because there's no way in hell he's going to win without black voter support. So don't make that mistake that Bernie Sanders always makes, which is why he cannot break through. All right, y'all. Goodbye and God bless.
Okay. Ooh. So that is it for the presentation. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow. I will definitely be back tomorrow. I appreciate all of y'all. Please and thank you.